Patrick. But before I let Patrick take it away, in the doobly-doo down below, check out our sister shows as well as the hero, as well as our Extra Life link. But without further ado, take it away, Patrick.
Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome to tonight's session. We are in Book 2, Empty Graves, of the Mummy's Mask campaign, written by the great Crystal Fraser. Joining me tonight are...
Brendan, and I'll be playing Dr. Honesty Shortchange, a medical man of good repute, even.
And I am Lorne, playing Arrow, the Harrigan open-hand monk who's in a bit of a pickle with Simone Sharks.
Hi everyone, I'm Tara. I should be playing Uruk of the Camels, featuring Rivet and Weld, the half-orc battlesmith artificer with the getaway camel with Iroh's name on it.
Hello, Nabil here. I'll be playing as Dehonka, a Minotaur fighter of the Rune Knight subclass and a business bull in trading.
Hi everyone, my name is Chris. I'll be playing Hesmet Sant, the autognome phantom rogue, who may or may not have unloaded that lawyer soft he slotted last week. Does anybody want to do some pro bono cases real quick?
Hi, I'm Ian. I'll be playing Mao, the Aberrant Mind sorcerer and owner of his own legal aid. I mean, meow.
I'm Stephanie. I am playing Aya Nasir, Cleric of Hoth.
And indeed, last session at the gates of the Necropolis, the party faced an undead dragon that had been re-energized by the Ka pulses that had been emanating from somewhere deep inside the Necropolis. You did manage to fight it off after it knocked a few of you unconscious, and it has since fled and burrowed back underground. I'm sure you'll never see it again. And then, on your way to the Grand Mausoleum, you entered the court of Ol Eyetaker, an undead judge who'd also been reborn, and you'd found that he had enucleated or removed an eye from many people that he and his bailiffs had found in the city, guilty out of breaking the curfew. But Mao, alongside their lawyer, and Dr. Shortchange and Hesmet managed to convince Ol Eyetaker that he no longer had authority, and this legal distraction caused him to crumble to dust along with his skeletal bailiffs. One of the people you freed, however, was a bounty hunter, part of the Hand, the organization that Iroh owed money to, and he put down a down payment of 200 gold against his owings, and hopefully that'll cover the interest for at least the next couple of days. Making it to the Grand Mausoleum, you had them send reinforcements to Balthem at the gate, and interrupted a meeting between Septi the Crocodile and Neket Shepsis, the head of the Voices of the Spire. You managed to convince Shepsis not to follow his plan and flood the necropolis with Isobics, celestial beasts that eat undead but will also indiscriminately damage and attack others. And he agreed to give you 3 days to go into the necropolis, find this mask that has been causing these Ka pulses, and end whatever has been plaguing the city. He told you that he believed that inside the necropolis there are a group of Lamia that live in the cenotaph of the Cynic, which is this building here, which is an old temple to Pharasma that they have taken over as atheists. And they have long, opposed this church and caused trouble, so they could be one of the people behind this. They gave you a couple of options for getting into the necropolis. you have chosen to attempt to climb over the wall close to Akentepe's tomb, your first location in the lottery. You then went back to your lodgings at the Tooth and Hookah, climbed back up the rope to get in, and had a long rest, and you have all leveled up to level 5. With that, it is now early in the morning before sunrise, as we're going to see you presumably packing up whatever gear you have, but we're going to back up a little bit to the night before, where you realize, as you've been discussing your plan, you don't really have gear for a sustained stay in the necropolis, or necessarily what you might need to get over the wall in terms of ropes and grappling hooks. And thankfully, you are in a location where there are still adventuring parties left from the lottery. So I would like those of you that are going to let me know how you go about collecting the gear and who you want to try and talk to of the various adventuring parties here to try and find out what you need.
I can still find enough for myself in terms of food and water just by scavenging in the necropolis, right? Mice and where I know rain collects.
Presumably.
But probably not enough for everyone else.
Not enough.
Unless they want vol cakes.
Yeah, unless they want
How,
to eat mice and things like that.
No, thank you.
How many grappling hooks do we need? I've got one. I've got block and tackle. I assume we still have ropes.
Can't you guys just climb the wall? Use your claws.
Ignoring that. Like, do we need like 2? Do we need 3?
So, okay, assuming we're going to be bringing the camel.
Oh, that's gonna be. Well, that's what the block and tackle's for.
Yes, that's what the block and tackle is for. So, how high is the wall?
The block and tackle has to be anchored to something on top of the wall.
Well, yeah, we get on top of the wall
get
with the
people
grappling
up
hook.
to the wall, and then we use the block and tackle to assist with lifting it.
The walls are a good 20 to 25 feet high in most places.
Okay.
Well, I've got 50-foot rope, and I've got a grappling hook. And I've got block and tackle for lifting up the good old camel. And the cow.
I assume we have a way. We have. Is it Titans we can use to hammer in the block and tackle to the wall?
Don't forget, if you're going over the wall, you need to do this incredibly stealthily.
Right.
Why we're
What you're
talking about
doing is
doing it.
completely illegal.
We already checked, and I don't know a space big enough for everybody to go through the wall, right?
Correct. You would have known of some of the smuggling tunnels that presumably have now been closed off due to the Silver Chain giving up their locations. You presume, and Tepmanid thinks there's probably a tunnel direct from the Silver Chain headquarters that you were in. As well, you were told there are a maze of tunnels at Ubet's Folly in the harbor, which leads into the necropolis, but they've not been utilized in a long, long time.
Oh, I'm going to suggest that last one.
Do we think we'll be seen going from like out here? Everybody's stuck in their houses.
Well, the guards are stretched thin.
Guards are out, but they can still see us.
I mean, we just carry a piece of paper that says I can do what I want. We show them, like, hey, we have the approval to do this, keep it on down low.
But the council never gave us that paper.
All right. Looking it back up, the walls are 36 feet tall.
Okay.
What are they made of?
I'm assuming limestone.
Not sandstone?
Maybe both.
Depends on the geology.
Let's. How bad do we want to fight through one of these tunnels?
I could rush through one.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, here's the thing. Going through the tunnel means that we're out of sight. So it's only making sure we hide the fact that we've entered the tunnel.
Yeah.
We're out of
Which-
sight until we come up on the other side.
At which point the guards can see us again anyway, because they're on the walls, right?
Depends
What
where it comes up.
It
Comes up
depends
out
where
here.
it comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we
you would potentially know, Mao, most of the smuggling tunnels come up in the dry veins here, but that's why if you did it in the middle of the night, you would have a chance of being able to sneak through the tunnels that way. I mean, obviously, smugglers have been doing it for quite some time, so presumably whatever exits are generally hidden. But yeah, your plan to go over the wall was also because that means you don't have to cross the entire necropolis to get to the cenotaph of the Cynic.
Yeah.
Are there any? So this wall goes all the way around, and there is rain, right? Are
There's
there any?
occasional rain, but I mean, this is a desert city, so it's not like it's a frequent occurrence.
But that would mean they need drains in a walled area to get the water away quickly. Are there like any drains that we could just bash down the bars and go in along the waterfront?
Nope.
Where is
Patrick,
Ubet's Folly on this map, or am I blind?
It is up here.
Up there. Hmm.
That's the old
Patrick?
Sphinx or it was an ancient building that had been carved by a crazed sorcerer to look like a sphinx that is now ruins, and it is considered part of the necropolis, even though it is in the water.
Is that
Getting to
illegal and
that.
off limits?
Yes.
so I have a question here because
Mhm.
remembering from last time, they're holding off a day and to, if memory serves, sunrise on the next day.
It's 2 days, and then it'll take a third.
Okay, so
you will have 3 days to get this
So-
done.
So effectively, we could have 1 day to get to it, 1 day to affect whatever action we are doing, and then 1 day to leave before potentially they release the hounds.
Well, if you have a sending spell or something like that, as long as
do.
as soon as you are able to tell them that you
They
have
would,
it should be good.
call it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is, if what we do actually causes all the undead to just cut their strings and fall to the ground, that's a pretty clear signal that, hey, something good happened.
Exactly.
Okay. So that will also have to affect our planning on this, guys. which
I
is
think
not good.
getting to the Sphinx area, even if it's at night, we're not that far from shore. We're very visible. I think the Silver Chain headquarters might be the way to go.
I have
Yeah,
an idea.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
We already said.
I am going. So this is me. As you guys, or as we're all going back and talking, Uruk is going to step back a little bit, and she is going to power down Rivet, create a new homunculus servant. Like, I know this is going to take time, but like as we're all back in our rooms, she's going to send it to the Folly to scout about. See if maybe it can see some kind of axis there. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might work. So the Folly, it looks like I hadn't completed my my notes here, but from what I remember correctly, it was taken over by some crazy dwarven cult. They disappeared under the tunnels under the Folly. There might be a tunnel that leads up into the necropolis from there, but we don't know what's down there. Am I
Correct.
getting
You
everyone
were
right?
told they definitely do think that there are tunnels that lead into the dry veins, which are part of the interior of the necropolis.
Okay. Tunnels into the dry veins.
What if we got a catapult?
I think we were talking about that and we kind of shot it down. No pun intended.
Having met you, I prefer Dogapult.
Well, I'm not using it. I'm just gonna climb the wall.
I mean,
Yes, and then you would
how-
have to find your way alone to us.
Yes, I'm going to suggest that the organics in this group, that is all of you, focus on getting supplies for several days in the necropolis.
Do you have
Whereas
some other way to get us in so that we can focus on supplies instead?
I do not. However, my vote is the smuggler tunnels. They're very easy to access. They're quick. They're right there. We don't know where they come out, but
The ones in the Sphinx or the ones in the Silver Chain hideout?
the Silver Chain hideout.
Don't we have to pay for that?
They're gone. They
Oh,
left.
they're gone.
Oh, they
Watch
left.
them
Okay.
leave.
The
do
assumption
that,
is
yeah.
though that they might have collapsed many of them to protect their assets.
They did say that they were going to leave some smuggler tunnels open.
That too, they did say that.
So let's do that. Yeah, it's the most sense.
And their tunnel is it's not all the way out here, is it? Like on the other side of the city? I thought it was up here by the veins.
The Silver Chain's hideout are here in the veins, and
Yeah.
so they would presumably their smuggling tunnels come out in the dry veins as well, the same place that the Ubet's Folly ones would. Because you want to keep it as close by as possible, but they actually had a tunnel out to the water from their headquarters, but you didn't actually see anything that led or looked like a tunnel. So presumably if there is one, it's something you've got to search their headquarters to find.
In one of the kilns.
Yeah, maybe their tunnel goes up to the Folly.
Why would you go out to the Folly and then? Because really, they dug their own tunnel, right?
Presumably they dug their own tunnel, or they found something that they could latch onto, which is why they would have chosen the area that they did.
Yeah. I say these Hesmet is very space efficient, and he's like, yeah, the Silver Chain headquarters is right there. That's the closest one to us. That's the shortest path. What's the problem?
Question: how thick are the guard patrols on the wall?
You've seen that quite a few of the guards have fled, especially with the undead dragon. So typically, there would be guards, moving at a reasonable amount. But that's why climbing over the walls is not a bad idea, because they are definitely thinned out. But putting pythons and using a block and tackle to lift a camel over the wall would be difficult at best, unless you had a silence spell or something like that.
Guys,
Mhm.
going under may not be good because there is still that dragon about.
Let's face it, we're gonna have to fight that thing anyways. It's gonna be over there.
Actually, in theory, it can barrow. So, do we want to fight underground, where it's going to be spending most of its time not in plain sight, or do we want to fight it above ground, potentially, where it'll be flying in the air?
Well, if it's on the ground and there's not a wall between us and where it started, there's no reason it wouldn't spend all of its time underground anyway.
Exactly.
Like, I think if we're fighting a burrowing dragon, we're accepting that a lot of the time we're not going to be able to hit it.
Yes. I say we get the transit out of the way as fast as possible. If you think we can get over the wall quickly, let's do that. Otherwise, my choice is the smuggler's tunnels, the Silver Chain.
Or how bad would it be for you to not have a camel, big camel?
Well, I was thinking I could probably deconstruct her and rebuild her on the other side.
Silence is a ritual.
Or if
Yeah,
someone
but
has
a ritual
enlarged-
requires 10 minutes.
So I climb up, I vortex warp, I climb up carrying the grappling hook, I anchor it, I sit there, you guys
can't
start
vortex
climbing.
warp.
Why can't I?
Because you don't vortex warp yourself.
No, I get up, I climb the wall carrying your grappling hook. I put your grappling hook down on the wall. You all start climbing. While you're doing that, I vortex warp the camel to the other side.
Yeah,
That
that can be real fast.
actually,
That is very efficient. Yes.
Oh wait, I'm a sorcerer. I can twin spell vortex warp. Who else is
You-
big? The cow goes.
The Haka.
no.
Oh no, someone who's
The
not
Hawk
going to
is
make
strong. He can make it himself. You want
it.
to pick someone
Aya
who
Nasir.
All right, and,
I'm gonna bet Aya has a 8 strength.
Yeah.
It's 10. I have 10.
Doctor Honesty Shorty.
So once again, the cat saved your ass. Let's go.
All right, I am going
Everyone
to.
happy with that?
This is an extremely direct approach, which I appreciate. Let's do that. Now get your food and get your camping supplies so that we can go over the wall real quick.
Yeah, is anybody interested in selling rations down in the Tooth of the Hookah?
I mean, I still have 10.
Yeah, same.
I don't think we're spending 10 days in there. The
I'll feed
hardest
myself
part
in
is
there.
we don't have enough portable water for more than one day. And I'm not sure what the water status is in there.
It is not going to be great.
Now,
Nobody
I
has-
do
No.
know that Aya does have access to purify food and water, or purify food
Yeah,
and drink.
I do.
And I have another option on top of that. Patrick, quick question. It doesn't specifically state if I use draw moisture on dirty water, does it collect as clean water?
Nope.
I also have create or destroy water, purify food and drink, and I think I took create food and drink.
And I don't need to eat or drink.
As
Yeah, I
a
did
group,
create
give
food
me
and water,
a
too. I got 'em
history
all.
check, please.
History check? Okay.
Straight history.
Makes sense.
Ulrich, you remember there was a working fountain in the Temple of the Erudite Eye, as well as bedchambers that were undamaged.
Ooh.
Huzzah, we got a camp spot.
Wasn't there also water in that first mansion we went to? The spring was clean.
Didn't we also have really, really suspect
Yes.
feels about that fountain?
I thought that was because of my miscommunication.
Yeah, no, I just got told to go there.
Yeah, so it might
Oh,
be.
there was a well.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
may
it was
be-
just a battlefield removal thing. They just wanted me gone.
Yes, that was a misunderstanding.
Okay, so we have a we have a place to rest, a source of clean water. So as long as you guys can buy some empty water skins, then we should be able to stock up in the necropolis.
Do any of the people in the Tooth of the Hookah want to sell potions?
That's what the persuasion checks would be for. Because you're still in the middle of a city that is sort of besieged, so they're doing what they can. But yeah, if you want to try
Are
and
they-
persuade some people to sell you goods,
Are they
You're more than
willing
free
to
to.
sell? Are they willing to sell?
It's a big ask if the city's under siege
Can
to
I-
give up your healing potions.
I'm gonna go up to an adventurer, one of the other groups, and paw their healing potion. See if they'll give it to me.
are you going to actually try and do anything more than just walk up and bat at it?
More like kind of gently tugging and big cat eyes. I know I'm disgusting, but that's good damn persuasion.
Yeah, but if that's all you're doing, you're not going to have disadvantage on it because they'll just think a cat is playing with them and they'll just pick it up and take it away. Like, oh, no, we need these little kitty.
I could be.
If you're going to try and persuade them to sell, that's a different matter.
Are you going to speak to them with your weird psychic powers?
Yeah, but I haven't made it very open.
People know. People knew at the auction.
That's fair.
Weird.
You are
mind
one of the
gap.
heroes of the city.
All right. Yeah, I'll use my psychic voice and sell. Bat, bat, bat.
What do you need it for that we don't?
I'm gonna sit down on my tail, start going back and forth like a cat does. I'm gonna look over my shoulder at the rest of the group and hope someone's gonna come help.
Well, we are going on a task for the good people of the city. We can't talk about it, but it is quite dangerous, and we would perhaps benefit from your healing potion.
That.
You get a woolly eyeball staring at you, Dr. Shortchange, as they are really unsure if you are, trying to pull a fast one or not.
You should believe me. Honesty is my middle name.
That is why I wouldn't believe you. Roll me a persuasion check, Dr. Shortchange.
18.
50 gold. It's yours.
That's the going rate, correct?
That is the going rate.
Yeah.
If you want my other one, that would have to be 65 gold.
Well, sir, you have yourself a deal. And I'll go up and shake his hand.
He will shake hands. You have 2 potions of healing.
Which we have in party funds.
That'll be 115 gold.
Alright. I will take that out of party funds.
Here's a question.
Are we doing
You're not
more?
doing something stupid like going into the necropolis, are you?
Oh, never. I wouldn't do anything so foolish.
Give me a deception check.
Oh,
Oh, don't worry, guys.
Dr. Honesty Shortchange?
Don't worry, guys. Hang on, I closed my character sheet to edit the deception. You say? What D2, Patrick?
Don't get killed.
Oh, we'll try not to.
They
Let's
might.
do with
I'll be
these, and
fine.
I'll jangle the healing potions. Who sold them to us? Which team?
That would be Falto.
Which group was Falto?
I actually don't have Falto in my notes.
The green one.
He's the dog. He's the one that took the that stuff
Cool.
up to
Oh,
Alaska.
the halflings are the dogs. Okay.
The one that I've been
No.
messing with
No,
this
the
entire
halflings are the
time.
dogs.
I'm making a Balto
That's not-
joke.
I know. I was gonna say that's Balto.
Falto is part of.
Sunfinders, the halflings, the doorkeepers of Duat, the Scorched Hand, the Black Kiss, and the Sandlot. That's the groups I've listed. I don't have names for most of them.
Yeah, no, I don't have. It's in the other book that is in the separate binder, so don't have it in front of me.
Okay.
He's
Here-
part of the group that Dahaka's old friend was in.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That's just what I want to know is which group he was in.
And I happen to know that Dahaka's old friend is named Mirage,
yes.
because I was going to ask about him. Is Mirage around?
No, he's gone. He found the. You all heard he found papers that proved his lineage, so he has gone to claim his now noble birthright.
Great.
Good
Now
for
that I
him.
actually
I need to
have the
scam
money
him.
Now that I have the money to
Don't
pay
scam
Mirage.
him.
Oh no, not Mirage. It was the halfling that gave you the sword.
Really? I thought it was Mirage. That's
No, it
what
was
I
Mad
understood.
Dog.
Mad Dog. Sorry, let me Bad
Mirage
Dog.
is not that generous. Dahaka would be the first one to tell you.
He would sooner take my loincloth rather than help me. And he's
okay,
done that
Mad
on
Dog
multiple
around.
times.
They are. They are down a couple more dogs, but they are still in the Tooth and Hookah.
All right, I'm going to approach them. I will. I'm guessing they're at a table, or are they somewhere else?
They are packed in one of their rooms. They've got sort of a suite of 3 that are joined together. The food is being rationed here at the inn. There is still a well, so there's plenty of fresh water. They're actually sort of going through what food they have as you approach to make sure that the dogs and themselves have enough for the next day or so.
Yes. So Hesmet will approach. We'll knock on their door.
Come on in, my lad. We heard you coming down the hall.
That is an occupational hazard. Which one of these guys gave me the Kopesh?
Mad Dog himself.
Mad Dog. Okay. And I will produce a coin purse with 600 gold in it, and I will pass it to Mad Dog, and I will say, for services rendered.
He will take the money and just say, I thank you. Turns to the others. Told you they'd be good for it. If only there were anything I could spend this on right now and get some real food, that would be swell. But thank you so much.
I'm afraid I can't help you with that, but that should probably be enough to convince someone to go without. I don't know who, but I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Oh, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. How much for that cat of yours?
I whisper walkies in one of the dog ears when I hear that.
And you hear a collective sigh, and they all start playing boulders, paper, shears to see who has to take the dogs out in the night to let them do their business.
For a mere 5 gold, I will watch over the person doing it. They seem a little bit less than able.
Yeah. So while all this is going on, Hesmet will sort of bow their, tip their head and sort of make their leave. Now fully completely dead broke, but having completely paid off debts because they know exactly what sort of trouble long-standing debts can get people into. Speaking of which, Iroh.
Yeah?
What are you doing? What are you doing during all this?
Well, I've got quite a bit of supplies I already need. I don't think I need to buy anything more. But, I mean, if you think I should get a grappling hook, I could do that, maybe.
We'll probably need it.
Did nobody else buy a grappling hook when we were going into the Necropolis initially?
No.
No, you got one and everybody thought that was good.
Yours
Yeah,
is
but it was-
shiny.
When it was nice and legal, and we could do it like one at a time, fine.
I mean, I've got 2 lengths of hempen rope, so... Yeah.
I just feel like when we go up on this wall, we're gonna have to maybe knock a guard out.
Yeah, I can assist with that.
I could vortex warp a guard off the wall too. If I twin vortex warp, does it have to go to the same position?
They can't be in the same position.
Yeah. So
You're cast when you twin spell. You're basically casting 2 instances of the spell.
yeah, so guard could go off and Dahaka could go over. If it failed.
So, Patrick,
Mm-hmm.
would a grappling hook just cost the same 2 gold and be easily enough findable, or would I have to make a check to try and find one?
Give me a persuasion check to ask around. Most of the grappling hooks are currently being used to get people in and out of the building as people are climbing up through the windows.
I'm not good at this, but okay.
Yeah, there are enough groups that have just left or have not even come back that there's a pile of just sort of junk that you are able to search through, and yet you're able to find a grappling hook. There were plenty of them that got left behind.
So I'm not being charged, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Cool.
If there's piles of junk lying around, I think Hesmet will do a little scavenging. We are going to need some. We're probably going to need some climbing gear and some excavation supplies.
Ammo. Hazmat.
Yeah, there is no ammo and stuff like that. Is not the kind of stuff that was left behind. That is something you would have to go and again attempt to persuade and purchase from people.
Damn.
I'm gonna go look for crossbow bolts then.
Yes, I'm gonna have to dip into the party loot, but I'm gonna also have to look for crossbow bolts.
I'm looking for crossbow bolts for you.
Oh, excellent.
I'm melee.
Give me a persuasion check as you wander around looking for bolts.
How many do we have?
It takes you a little while, but you do manage to scavenge up a full 20 crossbow bolts, but it does end up costing you 5 gold pieces.
I'll take 5 gold out of the party loot and hand the bolts to Hazmat.
Excellent.
I feel like someone has done this to me before, where they've said, "Are you sure you have everything you want?" While I was playing a bow-based character.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have 40 crossbow bolts now, and that will be
Sufficient for the time being.
Hey, I've got a magic Kopesh.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, you can always act in melee without any problem.
And you
Well,
can
I mean-
get half your bolts back if you search for them.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay, so we
Effectively, you have 60 shots worth.
So we have 2 pickaxes, 2 shovels. I know I have a crowbar.
We
I also
probably
have a
have
miner's pick.
we probably have something in the realm of 700 feet of rope.
I have 10 iron spikes, a 10-foot pole. Do we have block and tackle?
Yes.
Okay. I got a brooch that means I can stand up and 5 feet movement. That's not really
Doesn't seem relevant.
but that's still fun. A Dungeoneer's pack, which I have.
It's just a list of equipment you already have on your sheet.
Yes. Okay.
Where the crowbar came from.
I think we'll need food and a cooking kit and water.
Just eat it raw.
and,
We've all got
a-
rations.
and a wagon to haul loot, maybe?
We can't get a wagon over the wall.
Kind of have a wagon, but it's kind of a cart.
I can fold the wagon up. Any loot we have that's small enough will fit in.
All right.
We can't vortex warp a wagon though.
No, but I can carry the wagon.
It is collapsible. It's a magic item.
Hey,
All
I
right.
had a
While the
kick-ass
rest of you
2-story
are-
wagon. I'm not questioning anyone else's wagon.
While the rest of you are going about your searching and persuading, there is a gentle flutter of wings and the soft pad of feet above your window, Uruk, in the middle of the night as your scout has brought back your ally.
My friend, it is good to hear you.
Indeed, your summons came at a good time. I am having to leave soon.
I hope not to keep you. We have been tasked with entering the necropolis. We have some ideas, but I'm hoping you may have better and safer ones for us. We must do it quickly and quietly without being seen.
Do you want me to fly you in? Is that what you're asking? I'm not sure I can carry all of you.
No, I didn't expect you could carry all of this either. I was more thinking, do you know of other routes, secret ways? We know of some smugglers' tunnels nearby. Do you know of any other ways in? I was not thinking at all you would fly us all over. I understand you can't do that.
Hmm. I have heard tell there are tunnels beneath the folly, but they are not large enough for me to get in. I can. I can offer a distraction if you need that.
Would that put you in danger?
No. Nobody thinks I'm the enemy. The humans on the wall would probably be happy to see me, but you would have to answer me this first.
Mm-hmm.
The sky breathes against the mountains tall and makes their stony hearts to fall. Flame heats the mountains' broken domes and makes a window of their bones. What lies within the mountain's grave?
I'll kind of laugh. I'm just like, how did I not know this riddle was coming? Of course you would ask me to answer a riddle. Sorry, could you repeat that?
The sky breathes against the mountains tall and makes their stony hearts to fall. Flame heats the mountains' broken domes and makes a window of their bones. What lies within the mountain's grave?
What lies within the mountain's grave?
I'm thinking volcano. I'm thinking magma. But I feel like that's wrong. Would I?
For a hint, you can give me an intelligence check. You do have you are a Sphinx Riddler background, so you will have advantage on this.
Okay.
$17. I mean, this seems to be discussing almost a progression of events. The sky breathes against the mountains tall, so the mountains were already there.
Yeah.
And makes their stony hearts fall. So you think erosion. Flame heats the mountain's broken domes. So the mountain's already broken, and a window of this is glass. So, after that, what lies within the mountain's grave? You think, what is left when the mountain is gone?
Valley.
Well, you're thinking maybe it goes back to something like rubble.
Okay, it is rubble. Okay. Honestly, rubble was my first thought, but it's like it's eroding, right? So it also, and over time, turn into a valley. Okay. What lies within the mountain's grave? Yeah, no, that you're right. Rubble.
So, you think rubble, but, if it's returning to what it originally was, the rubble would be made up of what? Like what's
Stone.
left after? Yeah. So, yeah, it could be that or sand or dust.
What's the stone made of?
You're not there.
Yeah, you guys aren't there, and plus, different mountains would have different kinds of. Yeah, I'm gonna take it down to the skin. I'm gonna say dust.
You hear a chuckle, and she says, "There is a reason you were found by me."
Are you sure it wasn't just for my pretty little face? And I'll grin, and my big fake teeth are just front and center there.
I am a sucker for beauty. So, you give me a signal and I will give a distraction for however you need. If you need the guards on the wall to look away while you pop out of a tunnel, I can do that.
I appreciate that. I will convene with my companions, and I'll send the bird when we're ready for you to step in for us.
Wonderful. Thank you again for this. I
Well-
look forward to seeing you, but the movements in the desert concern me.
I thank you for your help, and I'm glad I was able to catch you, and I apologize for keeping you, but your help is much appreciated, and I will come and help you in the desert if I can when we're done here.
Wonderful.
Fly safe, my friend.
Indeed. May this not be your time, in the parlance of Pharasma.
And I'll just nod at them as they leave.
All right. Uruk,
So-
you have won yourself a distraction.
Huzzah! So when y'all get back, I'm gonna gather you up, have a little sit down, and just be like, I have something to tell you all.
Yes, but my teeth are made out of bronze, and I can't really afford your services right now, anyways.
How did a robot camel get pregnant? Hezmet!
That nothing.
don't discuss that.
Nothing. No, let's not talk about that. I have an ally has found me in the city, and they're offering a distraction to allow us into the necropolis. See, like whether we're taking the tunnels or going over the wall, however we're finally deciding to do it. Once we figure that out, they will distract the guards or whoever else we need for us.
Excellent. What form of distraction?
Basically, they'll show up and people will be in awe, and just their very appearance will be distracting enough. It's
Who is
not
it? The Pharaoh?
it's not every day a sphinx is seen in the city.
A sphinx.
Thanks. You have been blessed. Would I think it would? She would be. Have been blessed.
You got some powerful friends there, I see.
Of course she does. She has us.
Wait, a Sphinx. Did she did
The
she ask
way
you a
between
riddle
the
for this?
Sphinx and us is very, very far apart.
She did. I answered it, and she will help us by providing a distraction.
Patrick,
He's just
You know, I could have been a Sphinx if I had been born another species. Just
Very
saying,
good.
there's a prejudice against cats.
aren't sphinxes
Yeah.
just like cats but better? Like, smarter and they can fly and they're stronger.
And
That's
they're
what I said. Could have
respectful.
been one, but the whole thing's biased. That's
People
all it
like
is.
them more.
Being born is biased.
yes, fate often is. Patrick, being a creature of a long distant time, what do I know about sphinxes in general? With a history roll of 24.
You know they are great and powerful protectors, that they love talking in riddles and in seeking recompense. Occasionally they do interact with mortals. They are, the great and very secretive kind of protectors of various parts of the desert.
Right.
And I will offer up as we're talking to is like they found me in the desert. After I had, depending on who you talk to, after I'd been cast
Died?
out or escaped my tribe.
I have heard any stories of God, would this story I don't know if sphinxes live forever, if they, are just a species of thing in the desert. So would I have heard of anything like any sort of would I have been programmed with any tales like this on a 24 history?
You wouldn't have been programmed with them, but people have always sort of spoken them as, much like yourself, a guard, but they usually sort of guard the secrets and treasures of gods and things like that. They certainly, seemingly, if they don't live forever, they are incredibly long-lived. And, you know that they are, divine guardians that, if you choose to be tested by one and fail, you'll presumably be destroyed by it. But they are tireless, as they do not need to sleep or eat. And, they consider protecting what they keep a sacred mission.
Right. So it's my impression that Uruk just gambled with her life there.
If not her life, but because it wasn't a challenge in that way, but certainly it's a form of payment that would needed to have been extracted.
Right. So what I understand is that there are several gamblers in this party.
Well, look at Short Change. He only goes to the sure things.
Does he say this out loud? Does Hesmet say this out loud? Calls Uruk a gambler?
Not quite, but Hesmet just sort of tilts their head a little bit at hearing the mention of answering a riddle by the Sphinx, and you just hear a come out.
It wasn't that kind of riddle, Hesmet. I know where your mind is going. We have been friends for a long time. It wasn't a challenge. It was more payment. If I hadn't answered it, they probably wouldn't have helped us.
What, like what's in my pocket?
That's not a
Kind
riddle.
of.
In fact, that's a terrible riddle. Who would ask such a thing?
Probably a halfling.
I'm gonna stretch
So-
out on the ground.
You don't have
Our-
pockets.
So how did we want to do this? Are we definitely taking the tunnels, or do we want to try and parkour over the walls? Because now
With
at
the
least we have a strategy.
Vortex warp strategy.
Yes, the walls seem like the quickest option. We need
Because, yeah.
we need to get moving on this. We need to stock up, get in, and get this over with before it gets worse.
We would just, like, go along the edge of the city, right?
We can do it even faster, actually. You have to let me nap after, though.
Like a cat nap?
No, I need a full. Basically, I just a twin spell vortex warp everybody over.
We can probably just save the extra dimensional stuff for the limited the limited cargo we need to carry.
Specifically, like...
There's no weight limit to
No.
vortex warp.
We know that. We're saying, like, we don't need you to burn all your spell slots. We have a distraction.
No, what I'm
Most
saying is
of us would
everybody
ever quickly-
put their gear on the camel. And Steph.
Wait, hang on.
To
Patrick,
make your climb easier, right?
Aya is not gear.
No, but she's cargo. I'm shifting her like cargo.
No. It's smart. We literally unburden ourselves of all of our weight because they're teleporting. It's not going to negatively affect them. Literally, as soon as they land, they set it on the ground and they're able to move and fight if something goes wrong.
Yes, we could do this. We could also risk losing everything doing this.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I think it's completely reasonable to just keep your gear on you.
Yes, let's keep this simple. This is a minimum viable solution. And we can...
I mean, it can also be a couple kegs of water that we bring from here and bury when we get on the other side with my sand cantrip as a second cache.
Yes, that is something that can absolutely be carried on the camel if we can gather it in time. And I would really rather we get a move on. We don't know how many Ka pulses are coming.
We have a water source in the necropolis. Aya can create food and
Yeah.
water.
Yes,
We're
I
good
think,
for the
True.
water.
I think.
Let me tell you, I didn't survive in the necropolis this long having only one or two water sources. Things
Mm,
change fast.
Well, we're
is-
not going
well,
to be there
that's
long
why-
enough.
So we've got 2 sources of water. One is portable. No offense, right? We've got
Mm-hmm.
our own provisions of food that should last us for 10 days. We got Aya as well able to create some food for us if push comes to shove.
It's bland, but yes.
It keeps us alive. That's all we gotta worry about.
And we're only going to be there for 2 or 3 days. We're only supposed to be there for 2 or 3 days. If
Do
we're
we
going
have
for
all the
longer-
ammunitions we need for those of us who use such?
I would rather more, but I can make this work.
Now, I didn't pick up any, but I don't usually fight at range.
I
It'll be
have
so-
my
Everybody got
belt stones.
spell components they need.
That's a good that's a good question.
You know what? How many diamonds do I have?
None.
We should get diamonds.
We don't have
We-
that much
we-
gold. We have actually no. We have a few thousand in the.
We have 6,000 in the party.
Yeah.
We
How
can
expensive-
spend 1,000, like 300 gold. It has to be a diamond worth 300 gold. So we can take 900 and get 3 diamonds.
If
That should
people are
be
selling them
more than
at
enough.
300.
Yeah, the problem right now is those
Here,
are at a premium right now.
Although we are in good standing. We could maybe see if there's any at the temple. They'd be willing to sell us at market value.
Yeah, same.
So my only question now is, with us parkouring over the wall, do you need me to break down weld, or are we doing the vortex thing and that's not going to matter?
We're gonna vortex or weld for sure.
Perfect.
Weld is a construct.
Yeah, he's a creature.
He's a creature.
though.
Do constructs count as creatures?
Yes.
I'm a creature.
Yep.
Okay.
You can vortex
Perfect.
warp construct.
I would say your best bet to get any diamonds would be
I know where this is going.
He's about to say Abadar.
Dahaka.
Let's
Yeah,
say- yeah,
would
there it is.
tell you Abadar would probably be the only place that would sell you diamonds right now.
Yeah, we're not buying it. We'll hold off on Revivify.
Alright,
I
so
can bury
now-
you guys in sand. That'll keep your body fresh until we get to you.
Does
I mean-
anybody have gentle repose?
Dahaka does have an inn. He does work there, or did. He's currently on adjunct status.
Nabil hasn't talked in a while, so
Yeah.
He's
Now,
playing a video game.
no, I'm here. I'm not playing any video game. Dahaka and Nabil are just trying to wait for the opportunity to jump in and say I could help, maybe because I still have it in.
This sounds like a potential source of diamonds. Let us limit ourselves to one. If we start losing multiple party members, we're going to have to abort.
All right, y'all can spend your gold on the gem. I don't think the diamond is worth it right now.
I feel that those are not the words that you should be saying right now on Red Flag. So yeah,
What I mean is, I think it would honestly likely end up being cheaper to bring the corpse to a more reasonable temple and pay for a full resolution or full resurrection,
For who?
raise dead, anybody, than it would be to buy diamonds from the Church of
Yeah.
Abadar during an emergency.
Yeah,
Should
the
we-
church of
They're
let's
probably
make
charging.
profit.
They're probably charging like 2,000 gold.
Yeah.
It's a church of commerce.
Yeah, it's the Church
Yeah.
of Commerce and
They are price gouging.
supply.
Guys, when we passed, there was a big sign on it that said surge pricing in effect.
Right?
Yes.
We're making assumptions. We don't know how much they're
Ah.
selling it for.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the solution to this problem. Normally,
Stealing
one
it?
would. No, that is an alternative solution.
That's what I
However,
would do.
It is my understanding that the spell in question, that the favor of the gods in question, only relies on the worth of the diamond, as opposed to
Oh,
a
not this.
kilograms or a carat value.
Oh, so we pay someone 300 gold for a tiny diamond. It's still the same.
And is that diamond not worth 300 gold?
That's what I paid for it. Yeah.
Patch get an official ruling on this.
Yes, because it says worth 300 gold.
It says worth, not carat value or weight.
What do you say?
Just because you spend 300 gold does not mean that you could sell it to someone else for 300 gold.
But
You
we're not
go
going
ahead and
to.
try. Go
It's-
ahead and try is all I say.
It's 300 gold in the eye of the god.
Yeah, well, like in the area we're in, if we were to buy one for, let's say, 50 gold, or 300 gold, that would only be worth 50 gold. Could we not then sell it to somebody else for 300 gold in this area that has the same issue?
It's possible.
I don't think this is a fair way to ask. It's like this is a real
Yeah, I'm
sketchy
not
thing.
sure.
Yes. I'm attempting to be funny here. No, this is a.
Can I buy one diamond? Oh wait, we have to find a place to buy it.
But we
Okay,
have a place
so
to buy them. We're just
look, I agree with Aya, and I agree with Dr. Shortchange on one thing. We do need a diamond. I will spend my money, my own money, even if it's surged. I'm not taking any risks. When we're in the necropolis. Okay, so I'm gonna head down to the church. You could follow me. I'm going. So
I'll sit on the shoulders just in case it's cheaper than we thought.
Let's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we all
It
go?
will depend on what
Because
the price is.
yes. So I
No, if you all come, that will surge prices.
so
we
I
will
Side.
follow our good friend there, but he can go
yeah.
do the
I'm
talking.
flexing my pecs and my nipples, and I'm walking towards the church.
All right, can we take a quick break because a certain sun baby needs to get to bed?
Yeah,
Yep.
he's insanely.
Absolutely.
And in the meantime, follow those nipples.
And please ask the baby
no,
if he
he's
has
weaned.
I
No,
mean,
not
No,
those
it's
nipples.
Haka's nipples.
Dahaka's
I am
nipples.
going to make biscuits on Dahaka's shoulders and nipples.
And can you please ask Cash if he has diamonds he can spare?
He has none. But
He has
has
diamonds in
Pablo
his
for
hair.
you.
Okay, so then he's a poor recruit for the Church of Abaddon. Okay, there we go.
Yes.
And
No,
while we're
we
on
can
break,
still sell 'em.
The rest of us should probably move to Channel 2.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
All right, so I will move to channel 2 to record, so it still goes.
Well, I think the idea is that we're not.
The idea is that we're
streaming it.
not being recorded, Steph.
Yeah. So we'll be back in 15 minutes. Let's say 9 to start, because it's probably going to take us a minute. to
it
get
is the
to bed.
realm of secrets.
Peace.
Conservatives are awful.
Sorry. They're in the other tab.
Is everyone coming back, or
They're currently
Back,
discussing
we're coming back.
stuff.
like what type of stuff?
A Tim Tam Slam.
What's a Tim Tam Slam?
Brendan is trying to convince everyone that an urban legend is actually a tasty coffee treat and not a dirty sex act.
All right, we are back as the party in the nighttime. First of all, give me a group stealth check as you make your way to the Temple of Abadar.
Ah, fuck.
Fine. The rogues will cover the group.
It's fine.
Did we just
Totally
check
fine.
the stealth check?
How do I have a 5?
How do you have a 5?
No,
And the
I know I have a 5. Why do I always roll below 10?
You're just walking around and other cats just start hissing at you and you can't help yourself. You start sort of howling back at them.
You're about as noisy as Dahaka. That's
I like how the cleric rolled a 21.
She knows her way around town.
I know.
So you make your way back up through the market. The rest of you wait down below as Dahaka climbs the stairs up to the temple itself. You watch as he slips in the doors. You are greeted by an acolyte that sort of comes awake, sitting at the little front vestibule, and looks at you and just says, "Brother Dahaka, how may I? Are you back from adventuring?"
we're still currently on that. Before we go into that, were you sleeping on the job?
Of course not.
What is that drool on your face?
I was doing the Tim Tam Slam.
You're back.
I do not know what that is, but I'm interested. I will try that another time. I'm here on urgent matter, which requires my urgent attention. Do you know where in the Church of Abadur they keep their valuables?
Well, I mean, you generally protect the vault. If you need to speak to the vault keeper, I can go get them. They've been putting in weird hours with all the undead that are out.
I understand. The undead have been a massive pain in my Gluteus Maximus. There's no need to get the Vault Keeper. I can head there. It's been a long night. I'm sure you can understand. It's just taking a toll on my mind. And adding on that, can you tell me where the vault is currently? Can't think straight tonight. I do apologize for that.
He points you through one of the doors and says, down the stairs onto your left, and then, you'll know your way through the maze, and Master Abazi, I'll let him know that you are coming down.
There's no need to let Master Abazi know, because because it's been a long night. He must have been busy. He has to be busy with his own tasks for tonight to keep sure everything remains calm and everything remains as where it should be. So how about you and I do not disturb him? I can introduce myself to him. All right?
Okay. Of course, because I wasn't sleeping, right?
Oh, and you were absolutely on guard. That would make Abadur proud. The likes of which he's never been proud of before. And also you, just for tonight, you did not see me come through here. I pull out 5 gold in my palm. And I'm holding it like I'm about to shake his hand.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Can I flex my pecs? My stone rune? I don't know if that's gonna work, but persuasion. There we go. 15. Ooh.
Yeah, they take the gold and say, "It is always wonderful to see you, Master Dahaka. Not that I've seen you in a while."
Oh, and it's been a pleasure not seeing you and up and about doing your duties. Have a pleasant evening.
Wait, were you persuasive? You'll hear in your ear. So I'm still on your back.
You are, but I'm assuming you're acting surprised. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, like, wow, the cow was persuasive.
Yeah, you head downstairs and Mao, give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, no. Let's see. Wisdom. Oh.
You just feel this confusion sort of settle over your head, and it clears every once in a while, but for the life of you, you could not repeat the path that Dahaka walks through in this temple. As soon as you are beyond these doors, you are just bewildered by the number of turns and stairs that he seemingly makes his way through without too much issue, until you find yourself back in a room you would swear, Mao, that you've been in at least 3 different times. But Dahaka, you would recognize it as the antechamber to the vault area. And you know that Vault Keeper Abazi, has quarters that are just off of this alcove, and then there is a smaller sleeping room for a couple of the other Minotaur guards that generally are found down here.
That entire time, my claws are latched into Dahaka's skin, and when we get into that room and I kind of feel more centered, I will release. But it's like he's walking acupuncture the whole way.
Am I losing blood at this point because of
No,
Mao?
it's just like cat,
I mean, it's just
uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable clawing. Yeah, kneading. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do I see anyone in this place?
As of now, I mean, you've made your way through. As soon as you sort of step into this area, there's, 2 pair of guards that sort of immediately slide forward, and you recognize them as sort of, other co-workers of yours, and they nod politely. And one of them just says, "You got a cat on you."
It's just a stray, never mind it. And I raise my hand, pet Mao on my back very slightly so he doesn't panic. I'm assuming he won't
see
panic.
a couple fleas jump from out to his hand.
Ah, crap.
And these guards you recognize as Neff and Toia. And, they're friendly. They're a little confused as to what you're doing here. You sort of stare at each other for a few seconds.
So, how's your duties been tonight?
Quiet.
That is odd. Haven't you heard the commotion upstairs, out on the streets and upstairs?
Oh, we have heard. Nothing has broken through.
That is odd, because I've heard reports and I swear that I've seen something or someone sneak into this location. Are you sure nobody has come through here?
They look at each other. We're very sure. We have neither seen nor heard anyone or anything down here for a couple of days. They came down and took a few of the magical items out of the vault, but they've been using them upstairs. Other than that, it has just been us and Abazi.
That is very interesting. Do you have any idea what those magical instruments were, or magical items were?
No idea. They said they were going to be used against the undead. I don't know, probably to do a ritual or run charms. So that's not my thing.
Because I feel something is maybe amiss from the vault. I have to take a look inside right
With
now.
that, can I use my mage hand and what's the thing? My feet. Telekinetic, which makes my mage hand invisible. And you can cast it without verbal or semantic components, so it's completely invisible. I'm just sitting there, and they'll hear like things, fingers walking like on the ground like that, off in the distance behind them.
What's that noise?
Well, your mage hand is only 30 feet.
No, it's it's 60 feet.
Is it 60?
And yeah, 60 feet because of telekinetic.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, they hear what sounds a little like sort of fingers tapping or moving.
What was you? Both of you, you heard that? It sounds like footsteps coming in from behind, from the maze.
And Neff will turn and just say, I'll go check it out. And you watch as they draw a pair of kopeshes from behind their back and slide down into the corridor.
Fellow Neff, fellow Toya, I would ask that you both go. I will stand here and guard this vault with my life. Check it out. If there are any intruders, cut them down. We will
Give
let
me a deception check, please.
our balls.
Can I give assistance by making the noise again in the distance?
Not with this one. You've already gotten rid of one of the guards.
I think I talked too much Patrick caught on that one. Shit. Please don't fail. I think give me more than.
We're just gonna come buy some diamonds, guys.
Yeah, I don't
Boring
know where this
conversation.
heist came from.
I have no idea what's going
The
on
biggest-
anymore.
Least stealthy party member just decided to do a heist.
Hey, I didn't decide on the heist. He started the heist. I was just enjoying it.
You know I can't do that. I think we need to wake the Vault Keeper. And with that, he will, keep you in his sight, and he will just reach over and ring a small bell.
Mm.
You're fucked.
Are you feeling all right, Dahaka?
I thought I was feeling fine. It must be the stress for the evening.
Is
ha-
that cat doing anything to you?
No, everybody should relax. Nothing bad is happening.
All right. This could get real fun, real interesting very soon.
We just went to buy some fucking diamonds.
Why?
And what are you attempting to do with this spell?
Calm emotions? No, it's to
Make him
kind of
indifferent? Yeah, I know you can do that, but
yeah.
are you trying to make him indifferent towards you?
indifferent toward. Yeah, so I'm not. There's nothing going on. It's definitely not the cat's problem.
Yeah. That's kind of silly that it would be the cat. You're right. Just wait. We'll have Abazi come out. We'll figure all this out.
I'm gonna, yeah, but Dahaka's not gonna take any more chances. He's gonna wait for Abazi to come out.
And Neff will come back around the corner. Didn't hear anything. Didn't see anything after a few seconds. I don't think there's a mouse in here, but I'll go check again. And, it takes a few seconds, and then Abazi comes out and just says, yes, what is it, Neff? Dahaka? Good night. How may I assist you both?
Good night, Abazi. came because I felt somebody was intruding into our vault. And that's why I am here. But I do apologize that our guards here, Neff and Toya, did not find or see anything over here. It may have been the stress for this evening's turnout that has caused this stress on me.
Well, all right. I mean, you still have adjunct status with us, but is that a cat with you?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna whisper into Haka's mind with my thing. Just buy the diamonds, offer the money, get out of here, and I'm gonna go and go into his cowl more.
And I just say back to Mao through telepathy. Is it a two-way telepathy?
No.
Oh, it's just one way. Okay. And Haga just goes meow. I mean, no, that is just a stray cat. Please don't mind him. I just found him being chased by the undead, and I took pity upon it. I'm here for a reason to speak with you, Abasi, if I may have a moment of your time.
Sure. It's interesting that you would do something just out of the goodness of your heart. Is the cat worth anything? Did somebody lose it? Do you think you'll get a reward for it?
I mean, let's see how.
Can I cough up a coin?
Oh no!
This
Oh my god.
this cat somehow I'm unable to explain, is able to cough up coins, and I do not know why or how. So I have made it my cash cat.
You're gonna hear in your mind, and you can't kill the golden goose, right?
And this is why I am protecting it with my life. I'm sure someone like us in this church would appreciate good money where it's coming from.
We're gonna want to steal the cat.
Never turn something like that down.
Yeah.
And at that point, Toya, his eyes kind of close. Like, I think there's something really weird about that cat. I don't really trust it. I don't know. There's something weird about it.
What?
And the they are sort of, Abazi calms them and just says, yeah, it has monetary properties. That is why our friend is protective of it.
And I'm sure you can understand that I agree with you. While this is not a normal cat, a cat that is coughing up coins is not normal. But is anything in life we ever witness ever normal? And I pet Mao.
You're trying too hard, I say in his mind. Offer the money for diamonds.
Okay, so I just turn my attention to Abasi. Okay, so the real reason that I'm here, I need a diamond for a task that I'm currently performing that I cannot speak for now. I can give you the reports later.
What size diamond do you need?
What is the size of the diamond we would need? Is
300 gold.
I am looking for any diamond that is worth at least 300.
Well, let me see what we've got, and you will watch as he apparates a small book and flips through, and he says, we can probably accommodate one for you. I've got one that is 325 and one that is 400.
Dahaka just jumps at the chance and he goes, I believe the 325 will suffice.
All right, that will be 350 gold then.
Just pay it.
Oh,
We didn't bring the negotiator in. Just pay it.
Just
300?
pay it.
Okay, 350 gold. Because I have to do my math as well. So, Dahaga pulls out a coin purse. Cling, 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 cling. 350, 100, 200, 300, 350. There we go.
349, and I'll hack up the last one.
There
I'm
we
gonna
go.
take it out of the party loot.
No, I said I was going to pay from my pocket. So it is coming out from my pocket. 350. There we go. I'm sure this amount would suffice, Abasi.
Oh, indeed, that is perfectly appropriate. Give me a few moments, and I will retrieve your diamond for you. And the two guards stand in front of the vault as you see him go and cast the spells that he normally does, releases some of the protections on it, manages to enter the vault, and takes a few minutes. And Neff seems curious, but yeah, Toya is just staring daggers at the cat.
I am staring right back at Toya the entire time. My tail is twitching. You can see my head on one side of Dahaka's neck and my tail just twitching on the other side.
Come
That
now.
has to be disconcerting.
Come now, cat. There is no need to be on guard now. We're in a safe place. There's no need to have that such an intent.
Well, then definitely when he says that, I will yawn and stretch out over Dahaka's shoulders while making eye contact with the prick.
So how about them socks? Have you guys watched any good games lately?
I thought it was the Nile Annihilators.
We've been stuck here in the basement, having to do extra shifts since you're off adventuring. Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
I do.
Good overtime. I'm gonna go visit my family up in Sothis when it's all done.
Oh, how are your family in Soltis?
Fine.
Oh, sorry. Okay, that's great to hear. What about you? Looking at the other guard, it's like, what's your plan for the weekend?
Just staring.
I'm looking right back at him.
Now
My head's down now, and I'm doing that cat lying down stare.
And Abazi at this point comes out, hands you the diamond, and just says, "Good luck, young man. I hope you don't need to use it. We'll buy this back at 315 gold if you do want to sell it later."
Absolutely. I do hope it doesn't come to that. But and again, I do apologize for waking you at this time of day and this time of night. We will make our way out of here now.
Yeah, you make your way back out past the young acolyte at the front, down the steps.
The sleeping acolyte.
Yeah, they're awake. They give you a wink as you pass by.
And I wink back and I go, working hard or hardly working? And I keep walking. Oh, shut up.
And yeah, you find yourself outside again. You see the rest of the party is, talking amongst themselves and continually looking up at the door. All of you see Dahaka come out, sweating profusely, even though it's kind of cool in the dark here of the early morning.
And I pull out the diamond and I go, here we go. Now we can go ahead.
You guys have no idea how much he almost fucked that up.
Mao, I'll give you whatever you want. Just don't ever tell them that story. And that deal is rebuked if you ever tell them.
It was
So here's the word you're going to hear right this second. Fish.
Yes,
What?
that is a word that we have heard.
You realize that Mao could just tell it to us telepathically, and you would never know.
I mean, the looks you will give me, I will know.
I will buy you a big fish if you tell us what happened in there, Mal.
I'll buy you a fish bigger than what he's able to afford.
I know
And
what you're
this-
talking about. You just
If
spent
we
all your gold.
survive, whoever buys the biggest fish gets told.
And look
And
at
you're
this
having
guy.
this conversation as you make your way down. around the veins, through sort of the choking air and the smoke and the insects, even at this hour of the morning. Up around the corner, you can see that the Bargetown is once again cut, so there's no access from the land. They are out in the middle of the river, just for their own protection. And you do see there are torches and other lights spanning across the water in case any zombies are coming up from underneath. Until Mao, I would give me a survival check, please.
All right. Let me see. Go to core.
This is with advantage because you know your home. Yeah, you are able to lead them almost precisely to where you think the small graveyard with Akentepe's tomb is located. It is, still now early morning, despite the faffing about. And, the sun is just, a tiny pinprick off in the distance. And the time has come for all of you to make your way over the wall. You do see there have been, a sparse number of guards that are still watching, but the majority of them have clearly moved towards the gates. How do you want to go about this?
So
I
the
need to
sun's
let
rising.
my Sphinx friend know. So yeah, we need to figure this out.
Pepper do the distraction, him do the distraction with Pepper right after we get him out of the top. So we have as much time as possible to get the grappling hooks and everything over.
I'm more asking where are we going over the wall so I can have them go to the other side to draw eyes away from us. There we are. Okay.
Opposite main gate, actually. So that's really useful.
Yep.
Perfect. I will send off my little homunculus bird to send the message.
All right, yeah. Your bird flies up. A couple of minutes later, you all see this massive winged shape appear and fly down low over the necropolis and, towards the gates, making this screeching sound as this incredible, beautiful sphinx draws the attention away from what you're doing. So Mao, you have climbed up and are sitting 36 feet up on this wall.
Yep, and I brought up the grappling hook or multiple grappling hooks. We can figure out a way to attach them if we have more than one. And I will seat them in a good position, and then I will vortex warp Steph and the camel to the other side.
All right, give me a survival check to have placed the grappling hooks properly. Yeah, they are in sturdily. I need the rest of the party to give me athletic checks with advantage to clamber up this wall. This will take 2 successful checks per player, as there is a, rush of energy. You all see Aya and...
Dahaka, name a...
You don't have to. You get teleported over.
Oh,
Yeah, Aya, you are teleported over along with the camel.
oh, so
Not Rivet, but
Dahaka does.
I need to do an athletic check.
Weld.
Weld, yes.
The big
All
one.
these greens, oh my shit.
Yeah, I've got Rivet is currently deactivated because I've got my little homunculus bird, so he's packed away in my backpack right now.
Yeah,
That's
Uruk
his
with 2 critical successes. You are the first up and over the wall. So you are at the top of the wall right now. Iroh, you managed to get a good start, but then you look down and see that Dr. Honesty Shortchange is unable to get any kind of purchase and has just slid back down the rope.
Does the 13 succeed?
It does, but you were slowed enough that you are the one who sees that Dr. Shortchange is not having any success whatsoever.
Okay.
Dahaka, pull me up!
I will mine him, tying himself off.
Can I telekinetically push Dr. Shortchange up?
No, because you only do it once every 6 seconds.
I mean, I'm gonna reach down with my hand or hands, whoever needs help pulling Nate up. So, yeah.
All right, that still only gives him advantage as, Hesmet, it takes you a little while. You get a good start, and then you are slow, but you make it to the top. All right, Dr. Shortchange, give me another athletics check, please.
Oh, Matt, while they're doing this, Mal will join the camel and Steph on the ground.
All right. Yeah, you are halfway up. Dahaka, you give me an athletics check, please.
Round 2. 25.
With that, Dr. Shortchange, you are pulled to the top. So the group has now successfully made it to the top of the wall. You can flip the ropes over, and everyone give me one last athletics check to see how well you rappel down the wall, please.
When I see that Mao's gone, I'm gonna try and get him to come back up.
I'm sitting at the bottom, Neil, here. I'm ready with Featherfall. Just go.
No, get up! You need to get the freaking grappling hooks!
No. I will stand on the top, wait
Okay,
for
that
everyone,
works. Yeah.
So the
grab the
second,
grappling hooks, and I will hop over the wall.
Oh dear.
I also could have.
I have slow fall. It's 35 feet.
I also could have mage-handed the grappling hooks out.
You need to make sure the grappling hooks are not left
You all have
behind.
advantage on this,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
yeah.
I'm landing
That
on
is
my
3
face.
successes. No, you got a 13.
Oh, that's a pass? I thought I was gonna land on my
Yeah, you have
face.
advantage.
You have advantage because you have a rope.
Oh,
Thank the rope.
thank the rope. Thank
Thank
Abadur.
the cat!
And then
My
with that,
request.
Iroh, you are able to pick up the grappling hooks and the rest of the rope and just gracefully step off the wall.
I will slow fall and reduce the damage by 25.
Exactly. You land
I-
gracefully, and just a small of
Yeah.
sand puffs up at your feet. And with that, you have entered the necropolis.
Ooh.
So the party is now there. What is on this map, where these red circles are, these are the locations of the elegiac compasses that Septi the crocodile told you about. She does not believe that many of them are in working condition, but if you were able to find one that is working or repair any of them, they provide lines of light that you would be able to use to triangulate where the greatest source of necromantic energy is coming from.
We need 2 to triangulate, or 3?
2 would do it because they do straight lines. 3 might be,
How
3
is
would
two a
give us
triang-
a intersecting point.
How is
Yeah.
2 a triangulator?
Well, the third item.
It'd
the
be a
item we're looking for.
biangulator.
The other thing is, it all depends on where the lines are coming from. So if the
Yeah.
lines coming from here, and they literally are a single line because they're going through the same point, it doesn't give us a good idea because we're going through that along that entire line.
Yep.
Yeah. So
And, she also didn't think that, the likelihood of you finding more than one would be plausible at this point.
If we could find one, that would still narrow it down quite a lot.
And Mao's home is like there?
Sounds like
Mao's
it's
home
over.
was over here in the dry veins because you would be popping through the walls over here.
So like there.
Yep.
Could we,
This was Hesmet's old home. That is the Pyramid of Arithmetic Bliss.
If we need supplies to repair these compasses, that might be where we would find them.
you and Mao could go on like a heist in there to get them all out.
And from where you are standing, I mean, it is early morning. You can hear as the night is coming to a close, there are still creatures and undead that are moving about in the necropolis. You look over at the tomb of Akentepe, thinking that you're very thankful that there is a 40-foot, vertical drop between you and the things that are now living down there. And as you move towards the Cenotaph of the Cynic, which is this massive rounded building very close to where you are, you can see it is surrounded by 100 feet of open rubble on all sides. Getting to that building is going to mean crossing an open area. And you look at the buildings around you and remember Septi's opening words that every building is a tomb here. You know a lot of the undead have moved to the front gates, but how many stand between you and the Cenotaph of the Cynic in this darkness that is gradually fading to morning light? You're not sure. But that's where we'll pick up next week.
Woo!
Oh. Good job, guys. That was awesome.
It
Oh,
does
and
strike
that
me
was
that there's a
fantastic.
guardian serpent down there that kind of likes us. Just a thought. It's also of big risk to get down there because Akentepe's mummy is also down there, and he's
And you
probably
found
gonna-
other mummies down there as well.
Oh yeah, and they're probably going to kick all the ass. So let's not.
And those tiny warriors, don't forget them.
Oh,
They got
God
a bone to pick
damn
with you.
it.
Oh, before we end, what was that little jackass bird from Purgatory?
Kwasim.
Qasim, are you here? As everyone's coming down.
No?
Thought so. I'll sit down and lick my paw.
Did you guys see that Sphinx? Wasn't that awesome?
Yes.
Hey, Qasim, you know I could have been a Sphinx, right? If I had been born different.
Sphinxes are awesome, aren't they?
I am awesome. Thanks, Qasim.
All right, I am shutting off the stream. Thank you all for watching.